17 of the National Football League. And will...
The final two-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Herbert. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center. Their 6'4" quarterback.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
Well, he got touchdowns. I got picks. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Richardson to the air on 1st down. This pass out wide to Hall. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 2. Here's Richardson to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jamison Williams, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And hang on here, we got an injured player, and that is QB Tua Tagovailoa, who's in need of some assistance. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll set up the screen for Herbert. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. To throw on second down is Stafford. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Now it's Stafford. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Now they're staring at a fourth down as Arizona's defense does its job.
Tight defense there on third down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him. And we'll step aside for a moment. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. 1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. They'll find Williams on the sling. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 12 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff?
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jamison Williams with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cardinals are able to add on to that lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Yeah, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. And award that sack to Boogie Basham. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. The whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He had him. He was open, but couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And a good burst there gets them 7 up to midfield.
This defense for the Cards very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 3rd down, Herbert.
But he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 33. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Herbert powering up the middle.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Play action, now it's Tua.
And it is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've got their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Herbert fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Tua sets up to pass it.
This is caught. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles have got it back to within a score.
And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
This taken in right around the goal line.
Oh, good-looking return set. A chain hit, and the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Meanwhile, Richardson's throw here taken in by Ingram.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up second down.
Now it's Richardson.
Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This is Jeff Swain, the tight end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Here's a give to Herbert. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Anytime you hear the term an explosive run, most teams I know define that as any run over 10 yards, and they got that and more. How about a lot of credit for the big guys up front? That offensive line firing out, creating plenty of space, and a big run ensued.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Tua going to throw.
That one too wide and incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. but that is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Got his man. It's Williams. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory if they're stopped.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Down to about the 32. And a stop made by Cam Taylor-Britt.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Richardson looking to throw this. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Richardson working from the gun.
And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. A.J. Brown, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cardinals are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, challenge him. Do anything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blow when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds.
A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
A short throw to Ingram. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts.
And Richardson yet again.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
And Richardson back to throw it. He dumps this one off here to Hall.
Now the Cardinals going to call another timeout at their 2nd as they get right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
Back to the air with Richardson.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Evan Ingram from 4 yards out.
And the Cardinals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve, as we'll get you down the coast.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
1st and 10, it's Richardson.
A short throw to Ingram. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Hall want to give up the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Richardson.
And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. 2 now on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line.
A handoff for Herbert. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it.
Got a man, it's Brown.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Give to Hall running right.
Shifts by him. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Here's Richardson to throw.
He's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, it's Richardson.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Quez Watkins.
A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll run here with Herbert.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close.
This is the National Football League.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Tua sets up to pass it. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position.
Straight ahead is Hall. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
2nd and 10.
At the 24-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a first down. They'll run with Hall.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Hall again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I don't know if there's any other way to put it, but that play was blown up right from the snap. How about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? It's almost like they were in the offensive huddle.
Yeah, it's one thing to stand them up. Touchdown! Zach Pascal, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Cards have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Eagles offense back out getting set for this next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That is caught by Herbert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. A quick throw there is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Cardinals' 49-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Now Tua. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run the option. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. And hang on here, we got an injured player, and that is QB Tua Tagovailoa, who's in need of some assistance. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's got some space here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Brown the motion man right. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll go again with Hall. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to... Charles, a lot of happy faces.